T-Mobile is allowing customers to roll over data. It's the company's latest marketing push to lure subscribers from Verizon and AT&T. T-Mobile calls this plan Data Stash and will let customers utilize unused data from prior months for up to a year. Bloomberg West Emily Chang joins me now with a special guest. Hi, Emily.
Hey there, Mark. Well, all of this part of T-Mobile's latest Uncarrier strategy. It's also included phone financing, the removal of 2-year service contracts, and free music streaming. Joining me now, T-Mobile President and CEO John Legere himself. So, John, Uncarrier 8.0, all of these moves designed to address pain points when it comes to the wireless experience. But why data now? Do people really need and want this much data?
See, Emily, this is why I love you. You got it perfect. It's not a marketing program. It's an Uncarrier move. As you know, Uncarrier days are my favorite, and we're solving customer pain points. They're not marketing programs. They're fundamental industry changes that are permanent. And as was outlined, this is one of the most infuriating, gigantic issues that customers have pointed out to me, about 40,000 social media messages. And what it's about is, if you think about it, of the 231 million postpaid customers that exist, about 110 million of them either have feature phones or unlimited, which leaves 120 million people who have to purchase data. 90% of them have no idea how much they need. And what happens is they're painfully reminded about the penalties if they use too much. $1.5 billion last year in overage penalties. We do none of that. And then the rest of these people, how about this? They purchase an average between 4 and 5 gigabytes of data, and at the end of the month, 3 gigabytes are unused. That's about $12 a gigabyte. That's $50 billion a year. It's sort of like if you went to the gas station and filled up your car, and at the end of the month, they take back the gas that you didn't use. And that's why this is a big issue, very important to consumers, big pain point. And to make it even more fun, since it's the holidays, we're going to give every one of our qualifying customers and new customers 10 gigabytes to start, a free gift. So, yes, it's called Data Stash, and it's a big deal.
Well, I know you personally need a lot of data since you're on Twitter all the time, but I wonder, have you reached the end of the line when it comes to cutting prices? Now you've moved on to data instead, because a lot of the Uncarrier moves up to this point have involved price cuts.
Actually, they haven't. If you think about the Uncarrier moves ranging from Uncarrier 1, which was no contract. That's not necessarily got to do with price. It's just freedom. Anytime upgrade, a totally different experience. International overages that we eliminated for data roaming. And I pointed out, that's just a pile of money that the big carriers were charging that were penalties. So those aren't price moves. Music streaming, 70 million free songs streamed a day. That's not about price. And nor is Wi-Fi calling unleashed. It's really just about changing fundamentally the way the industry is. And in this case, this $1.5 billion of overages, we already didn't do that. And if you buy 5 gigabytes of data, you should be able to use it. It's not up to. So, you know, all this price war crap that's going on, I don't get it. I'm feeling pretty good. Our momentum out of Q3 into Q4 was fine. You don't hear me warning. And remember, those big guys, Emily, they make so much money, it's disgusting. So they're warning you that instead of making unbelievable amounts of money, they're going to make a little less, and something egregious as well.
Okay, those big guys. Let's talk about AT&T and Verizon. Something that you've been talking a lot about lately is net neutrality. How do you differ on net neutrality when it comes to AT&T and Verizon?
Yeah, and I prefer to call them Mo and Larry as opposed to AT&T and Verizon. And I think, you know, on net neutrality, T-Mobile, as you'd expect, we are fully supportive of an open and free internet. And, you know, that's, I think, I would assume we all agree on that. The conversation that takes place is more so got to do with how. And, you know, obviously, anybody that's into innovation is concerned about regulation. So I'm pretty sure none of us disagree with the free and open internet as a pinnacle component. I would think you'd expect T-Mobile to be much more on the side of the way consumers think on that topic.
I understand you sent stockings filled with coal to your competition, I believe.
Yeah, that was a Vine video. That was last year. I will tell you that my Christmas message is coming. It's not quite done yet, but I might even outdo last year's Vine video.
Well, we can't wait to see it. I'm curious, what's on your Christmas list this year?
You know, on my Christmas list, it's pretty clear that if you have to define who's been naughty and who's been nice, I'm really not on Santa's list of nice. But I'm just hoping for a little bit of rest, some time with my daughters, and, you know, January and next year is going to be a real busy start for the Uncarrier, and you can expect more Uncarrier moves coming right around the bend.
All right, well, we'll be watching to see how kind Santa is to you this year, despite all those naughty tweets. John Legere, CEO and President of T-Mobile, as always, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Emily. Happy
Mark, I'll send
holidays.
it back to you.